Hey guys, Mr. Star. Really quick video, basically a follow-up video as to why you might want to consider skipping Rin, why she might not be as valuable for you, especially if you're free to play, which is this unit right here, right? I showed you guys a little bit about Fei Xiao just now in Lin's Before You Pull. So you can actually, in fact, play as Fei. Okay, I'm just gonna say Fei Xiao. You can play as Fei Xiao in the event stage at Chapter 5, and we can essentially already see Bro's kit as of this very moment. So, I'm gonna zoom into this real quick, right? And we basically see the passive, basic, skill, S2, S3, and it does in fact look like she has sure hit, which I think is absolutely fucking absurd. Okay, but let's just break it down. Okay, passive. So this is definitely because of the limit break tree. Right, I think if you don't have limit break tree, this is gonna be 0%. Grants Fei evasion up for 1 turn, and at the end of each turn, so basically permanent, she has a permanent evasion up the entire time. I think the only way you can actually remove this is with buff strip via Bell's S3, because as of right now, we don't have a single unit that has buff block. Buff block is a debuff that you get in Journey, and I think in the door fight, the third door fight, the enemy gives you this thing called buff block, where you can't apply any buffs. That is the only way I can see to counter this evasion from being applied. Other than that, you are gonna be getting this every single turn at the start and end of Fei Xiao's turn, which I legit think that's pretty crazy. Increase attack by 4% on evasion up to 5 times. So this is, once again, I'm guessing, same as Lin. Because Lin was also 4% at max dex, up to 5. It starts off at 2%. So I'm guessing at LB0, it is going to be 2%. Times 5 is 10. And then LB3 is 15, 20. Alright, that is going to be Fei Xiao's passive. Evasion outright. The reason why it is so crazy is because the game itself already has a built-in mechanic for evasion, where if you were to evade, and I'm sure you guys have seen before, if you were to use like Hades S3 or Bell's S2, you might get this thing called evade from PVE or PvE, right? Evade means they deal 50% less damage, they can't crit, they miss all the debuffs, and they don't deal any toughness more damage, which is an insane damage mitigation for any content in PvE and PvP. So if you have a unit that gets free evasion up, because this is the first time ever that we have evasion up, this means she is probably gonna be instant tier 0 in PvP. I am pretty sure this shit is like even more diabolical than Rosaria or potentially even Hilde, right? And speaking of Hilde, S2, okay, I guess S1 first. It does nothing. Oh, she gets attack up on S1. Okay, that's pretty decent, right? We have attack up on S1. That is pretty nice. Lin gives you speed up, but this is attack, also get more damage. Okay, S2, Lunar Shadow on the attacker after being attacked. You have to evade after being attacked. And you have a sure hit for 1 turn and 2 stacks of chill with a 100% attack down. So if you were to get hit, you will counter, right? You will evade counter with a sure hit buff. Guarantees attack hit, so you completely bypass evasion, and ignores preemptive guard. I think the only unit in the entire fucking game that has this is basically Kira. Because if you are stealth as Kira, you ignore preemptive guard, right? So Fei Xiao's S2, free by the way, this is a free S2, right? It is basically works as a Roberta. You have to get hit. But if you do get hit, it means that you will have a preemptive guard ignore as well as an evasion ignore, which I would say, okay, and you have an attack down, right? And you have an attack down. So I think this S2 looks absolutely fucking insane. But okay, I do have one problem, which is it only triggers if you get hit. So you could still bypass this by intentionally playing single target. Alright, you could just don't play AoE. Purely units like Charlotte, Bunny Charlotte, maybe you go for like Bunny Claire, right? But if you're gonna be doing any forms of AoE, oh my god, bro, like she will completely, like for example, if you want to play like Emily Hilde, right? two AoEs, right? The very, very common pick in RTA right now, and one of the strongest pick, is you double pick Defender first pick. If they don't, and you get Emily Hilde, right? Both Emily Hilde has AoE S3s. So if they have to essentially give you this true hit, or they completely don't cast an S3, which by itself is already insane value, right? To simply stand there and aura farm and don't do shit, and they can never cast an S3, otherwise they give you short hit, which means you will never ever miss. You will always hit their squishy, because they can't save their shit. I think this S2 looks really, really... I don't even know why they give her an attack now. It just seems excessive, but I think this is a really, really fucking insane S2. I don't see a... okay, I mean, you can't give bro Nova Flare, because it's not a attack skill. So, very, very nice. And then lastly, S3. Okay, no. This is single target. Attack up for 2 turns. 20% defense penetration. Ooh. Okay, so this is almost as good as defense now. Right, it is almost as good as defense now, except that it is just for her one attack and it's single target. Right, it's single target. And the Nova burst doesn't really change too much. I think for this S3, it doesn't look as crazy. It depends on how much the damage multiplier is going to be. So I'm guessing, right, it is most likely going to be comparable to Bunny Charlotte, because she's also an assassin, right? As an assassin, most of their kits are around the same multipliers. It's like how all casters have like 90 speed, and their outs are around the same range, right? So if we imagine that she has like similar multipliers to like Bunny Charlotte, because Bunny Charlotte's ability is that she'll increase damage based on the flame stack, the fire stacks, right? So you only cast Bunny Charlotte S3 and max stacks. So I'm guessing you also do a similar thing here, but you have to hit max stacks. So if you don't hit max stacks, you are gonna have a bit of a problem, because you will not get defense penetration. I feel like it's not as insane as I thought, because to generate chill, right, you need to stay this basic quite a while. And this ultimate is on a 4-turn cooldown, right? So I'm guessing your very, very first S3, there's no way you're gonna be able to get this. There's no way, right? You will definitely have to let this go, because otherwise you're gonna be spamming basic, which doesn't make sense. So your first S3 will probably not get defense down, and you just give yourself the attack up. So when they hit you, if they hit you, you'll have like more damage. And then you just wait for your second S3 to get defense down when you get the chill sex. So I don't think S2 has a cooldown. Yeah, S2 does not have a cooldown. Okay, wait. Let me confirm this real quick, because I think Roberta's S2 actually says 1-turn cooldown, right? Okay, I genuinely have no idea if her S2 has no cooldown, but from what I'm seeing in Roberta, this thing has a 2-turn cooldown, which I guess it basically just means 1 turn, because by the start of Roberta, this thing always refreshes. But if Lynn's ultimate, or rather her S2 has no cooldown, that might actually be a complete meta shift for the Defender and Cleaver spam. Let me combat into the kid real quick over here. Now the teammate is the same. We can just stall. So yeah, this is a free teammate, so we can't really change too much. Okay, so she gets one step with it. Okay, I'm just literally gonna basic and do nothing, because I want to stall and see what her damage looks like. Okay, so the S2, it just triggers, right? There's nothing here that says cooldown. You just pop this. So I'm just gonna assume this shit has a 0-turn cooldown and you just spam that whenever. We also got ourselves the attack now. And the only way we play this is either S3 or S1. S3, S1. Okay, we can go for 1x speed. I will snipe a minion just so that the boss can stay alive a little bit longer. Holy ass. Whoa! So that is the kit for Lynn's S3. Okay, it's a little bit sad that they are not hitting Lynn, or rather, Fei Xiao. So we can't really see like the counter working. Okay, I don't really want to kill this mob, because I want to see if she can counter twice. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that this doesn't kill. Okay, this is just basic. Holy shit. Okay, we need to heal. Okay, we need to heal this, because otherwise they're gonna die. And hopefully they both hit Fei Xiao, so we can get like we can see like a 2-turn cooldown. Okay, that's 1. Okay, huge. Okay, huge. Oh, there is a cooldown, yeah. Wait, there is a cooldown. Or did they not evade? Or maybe they didn't evade. Oh, she didn't evade. Okay, I guess that's why there's no cooldown. Because if she misses the 50-50, this thing will just not proc. Yeah, you actually have to evade. Actually, right? Okay, I guess that is pretty much the kit for Fei Xiao. Alright. Very, very interesting. I hope there's a way. Yep, more RNG, right? Oh wow, that is a very interesting animation. That is gonna be more RNG is more RNG. Unfortunately, I don't think I can see how her Arcana is going to be working over here. Maybe it's already in the database, because sometimes you just add that shit. No. No, you can't see it. Okay, so with that, we're gonna come to the end of our Fei Xiao's kit review in starsavior. I think from what I see so far is that she is definitely a PvP unit. I don't think you really even care about running all the encounters on PvE. Maybe you could see some play against the right element, because our mono element is always gonna be very important anyways. I want to see how crazy her ultimate damage is gonna be in a right build, and how her Arcana might change everything. Right, because the last time, Hell Day herself, it's alright. But her Arcana changed everything. So can you imagine, chat? If Fei Xiao's Arcana gives you 20% evasion. So every single fucking assassin in this game will have 20% evasion. Alright, so for you, there's like what is it? Okay, to be fair, there's only one. Alright, there's like one. I don't even have like Kira, because this game hates me. So it's not that many assets that can make use of it anyways. But if that is actually the case, that would sound really, really good. Let me know what you guys think in the thoughts and comments down below for Fei Xiao. Bro, today's gonna be Fei Xiao. Join, use code, both of them, all the best. See you guys, and thank you.